Here we go with week 3. On our group meeting on Wednesday, try to get in just a little bit early so the getting in is staggered. And when you get in, mute. And I'll try to address and clarify some of the questions on the machine stops. This week you're going to read 3 different pieces of literature. 2 are very, very short. One is just a little bit longer, but certainly no machine stops length. You are going to read a poem titled Dystopia, written by Josh Gibbons. It's a very contemporary poem. And basically it gives you an overall picture of a dystopian world, which the more I've studied dystopian literature, it boils down to a lot of government control in one way or another. If you get out your poetry terms and really kind of let your imagination go, and play with connotations. Poetry is not literal. In fact, literature at large is not literal. It's more like an abstract painting. And you've got to put all those little pieces together for it to go, aha, I see what's going on. So see what you can do, and if you get really stuck, don't hesitate, text or call. You're going to read one of the, I think, funniest short stories ever, titled Harrison Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut Jr. Very important to note that this story was written in 1961. The story is set in 2081, and it is a satire. So some people kind of enjoy satires, some not so much, but you've got to consider as you're going in, this is a satire. It is extremely hyperbolic, that is exaggerated, in order to make fun of something that the author, Vonnegut, thinks could cause trouble if carried too far. And I think it's important to note, in 1961, we were in the middle of the Cold War. America and the USSR basically fighting over 2 economic systems, capitalism and communism. And of course, in a communist society, the government owns everything and doles out equally, supposedly, to people what they need and kind of tells them what to do. And in theory, creates an equal society. In reality, that never pans out. And again, dystopian literature is very much always concerned with government becoming the savior. And I think this is certainly pertinent to where we are today. Because there's a lot of debate. Is the government doing too much? And where's all this free money that's being printed going to take the economy? So again, I think it's a pretty relevant story. And I hope you have fun with it, because it is comical in its imagery, how Vonnegut is going about trying to make his point. Your last story, We Ate the Children Last. It's written by Yann Martel, 2014, I think. Again, a contemporary piece. Martel is the author of The Life of Pi, if you happen to read that book or saw that film. This is a most gruesome story in many ways. Again, it's exaggerated, at least I sure hope it is. But it's addressing medical technology that can be carried too far, too quickly, without enough consideration. And I just heard a minute ago on TV, we're trying to get a vaccine, and there's some debate. Are we going too fast with this? Will the vaccine be safe? So this story certainly speaks to us and calls into play what happens when we get caught up in progress, and just how fast is too fast. It also talks about trends and how people buy into, well, if so-and-so's doing it, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. So there's a lot going on in this story. The title is very important. We Ate the Children Last. And of course, children are a symbol of innocence. The opposite of innocent is guilt. So keep that in mind too as you're working through this story. Hope you enjoy these readings this week. I would remind you to budget your time. I will see some of you later today for your one-on-one conference. I hope that's helping. One thing I want to ask you to do before your conference this week, please look at your grades, see if there is anything or any assignment that particularly tripped you up, if you missed anything, or if you turned something in late and I haven't caught it. So please, 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 I'm going to ask you, what was your best piece of work thus far? What was your weakest? Why and how I can help you maybe? Okay, week 3, here we go.